This is Andy with QualityStocks. Today's Thursday, March 17, 2011. And today we're taking a look at Golden Star Resources. This is an Amex company trading our ticker GSS. Obviously a pretty good fall here from $6, lost 50% of its value, hit $2.69. Looks like it's trying to get a curl on though and possibly going to put together a bounce. See, taking a look at this MACD, just throw a quick line on there. When bullish cross is happening, good things have come about with this chart. See right through there, price per share continued upward. Right through there, price per share continued upward. Even there, it came a little late, but price per share continued to move upward. And back in through here, price per share put together a nice climb. So what we'll look for on this is for it to continue again and try and put together a nice bounce. It is a bit of a concern that it's making lower lows. But right now, this is being looked at as a true bottom play. So we're going to base it on trying to make this bullish cross. Classic pincher setup. Of course, like we talk about a lot of times, sometimes the PPO just doesn't get buried super deep, only down around -8. But the formation is still the same. ADX starting to flatten out at this point. Of course, we're going to look for it to curl down now. Positive, negative DIs to reverse directions. But a pretty nice pincher play setup. MFI shows some buying coming back into this. A little bit of separation, but nothing too great to be concerned with at this point. MFIs look good. Accumulation distribution. Looks like it's trying to find a bottom. Given hints of a possible turn. That's because of these upper shadows. You see these upper shadows shows a little bit of selling pressure. It'll flatten some of those things out. So right now we'll just look for this to try and continue upward. Of course, we'll look in the longer term for it to try and make a new high through here, put together an upward channel. But right at this point, what we're looking for in this chart is to try and put together a bounce and then possibly retrace. And then you want to see it make a higher low and continue upward and then possibly challenge those upper levels. The candles will work the same way as the indicators. Shaking money flow shows that buying and selling pressure is somewhat equalizing. CCI made its break through -100, has a nice upward channel. There's the reason that bottom feeders will use that break. Break of -100 will be a buy point. It won't be a sell until it breaks back down below it. Gave a little head fake right there, but didn't make the break. Continued upward. Full still showing a little bit of positive momentum's coming into this chart. Just now breaking through 20. Again, very early, but things are starting to head the right direction. Tricks looks like it's trying to flatten. The bad thing is making a lower low. But overall, we're going to look for this to roll, make the cross as signal line, and then start to try and trend upward. Now, that can take a couple months. But this is what we're looking for to try and define a true bottom. So right now, we look for this to just try and continue to flatten and make its curl and break back through the signal line. RSIs, nice upward trend to them, but there's that hint of that little flattening again. And that's because of this upper shadow. And what that ties into is there's a pretty good resistance level being established right there at $3.03. Goes up there and touches it, which helps make these momentum indicators start to move upward. But then a little bit of selling comes in when it hits that resistance. That flattens them out a little bit. Just a little nuance of reading the chart. That's kind of what's going on with that. That's why you see it flattening. On the bottom side, of course, you look for support down here at $2.69, but I always look for something a little closer. I'd put it right there about $2.84, right there at the low yesterday, setting itself up a little bit of support through there. That would be the first area I'd want to see hold. Of course, the very bottom would be $2.69. Another thing to note about this chart is right through here, still a little bit of an unfilled gap, right up there to around $3.25, $3.27. That would be the first area I'd want to see it try and go to fill that gap. Of course, that ties in with the 20-day moving average. Still a nice move from where it is, about a 10% climb to go up and fill that gap. I think it'll meet some more resistance right here in the area of $3.41 because of this old low. But I think it'll become more substantial up here around $3.65. Of course, that ties in with the 50-day, which is dynamic. It's going to move right past that here shortly. But it was trying to establish itself as a support level through here. And I would think that resistance would become more stout if the price per share can climb to there. Again, I'm not looking for that to happen tomorrow. What I'm looking at this for is just to identify if this is going to be a bottom. See if it's going to make a move up, and then pull back, make a higher low, and then start to try and channel upward. Some of the indicators are giving hints that that may possibly happen. But each time it's done that in the past, it's fallen back through that support level and then made lower lows. So this time I'm going to try and see if this is actually going to be a true bottom for the stock. So I'll look first and foremost for a bounce, possibly fill the gap, and then any sort of pullback to not dip as low as it did last time, establish a new support level, perhaps right here at 303, and then continue to try and channel upward. You can see volumes picked up, 6.3 million shares traded, a little bit of an increase over the last few days, several consecutive up days. This could be a true bottom, so the Golden Star Resources chart is definitely going to go on the watch list to see where it goes from here. As always, merely my interpretation of the GSS chart. This is Andy with QualityStocks. Thank you for watching and trade smart.